welcome back to, I almost said Under the Table because we were just talking about it. Welcome back to Drift Delvers. Under the Table is a good show, though. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. But you have tuned into Drift Delvers today, and that's what we're going to be playing. So
the smoothness with which you recovered, man.
I got it.
Unparalleled.
100% got it. You know?
Nicely done.
That's how I roll. You know. I got a question for you guys today.
I'll allow it.
It's a nice little icebreaker style banter. Which fictional universe would be the absolute worst to live in as a regular person?
Warhammer.
Okay, well, we can't all say Warhammer. All right.
Warhammer. I mean, Bloodborne, Elden Ring.
Bloodborne would suck pretty fucking hard.
Dude,
I mean, I just finished Death Stranding. That would suck pretty fucking bad.
That would really suck, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, I mean, most video games, the whole point is that you're like fighting the environment, right?
The
like,
Last of Us would really suck to be lived through.
Yeah. Anything that's in apocalypse.
Any post-apocalyptic setting.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Would suck.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean, I wouldn't get far. I'd die pretty early. Like,
That's all you really hope for, honestly. That's the achievement, you know?
Right. So obviously, post-apocalyptic, all those things are bad. But I was thinking something like a little bit more goofy, and maybe this will help spur some ideas for you guys.
Okay.
For instance, you know, I work in a candy factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to work in like Willy Wonka's universe,
It's
right?
an OSHA violation. I mean, like, you
Dude,
just be
it's
like...
that's all that is.
I mean, this
Worst
is
nightmare.
a middle, a middle manager's worst nightmare.
And
like,
slavery.
100%.
I mean,
Like there's lots of bad things.
own Zoompa Loompas.
And I think children are murdered in that. It's
and
never entirely clear.
They definitely get disappeared.
there's implication there.
Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, there's like...
It's child abuse at bare minimum.
Yeah,
I'm sure they signed a lot of different papers, you know.
But like, think about if we lived in a world where the MCU, right? Like where we had those types of beings going around. Could you imagine getting house insurance or like car insurance in like New York City, where
you have to get like superhero insurance?
Yeah, you gotta get superhero coverage.
Insurance.
Dude, if you were living in New York City, there'd no longer be a lottery to live in New York City. You would just end up be like, no, I don't want to go live in New York City at all.
For real.
I don't want to. No.
If superheroes were actually real, then they would be sued so much that they would stop like helping. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's kind of like what happened in Watchmen, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Watchmen is a pretty good.
Well, that's where there's an organization that takes the accountability of that, and this is where I'm sorry, but like some people kind of joke about it, but like I really do think that it would kind of become like The Boys, you know, the show.
I see.
Yeah, you didn't know where I was going to go with that, but yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to go deep off into like some X-Men shit where there's like a political organization that like tries to control them, and then there's Magneto who's like, you can't control us, you know, we're the future.
That's just a trope.
Yeah. Or like, you're talking about Civil War.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trope because it's an X-Men trope. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
Just being a normal dude in like the MCU, like in Mississippi.
That's what I mean. Like you just think about you being an average Joe in some of these like universes that obviously the post-apocalyptic ones nobody wants to be in, but like think about like Star Wars. Could you imagine being like an average Joe in the Star Wars universe? Like what would that be like? You know,
You'd just be bitching about the Empire. That's what you'd be doing.
Yeah, you'd be living under a fascist empire.
Yep, that's
what
you'd
be doing.
Drinking
It's also
Star Wars.
It's also so expansive. Like when you get into sci-fi, like think about how many planets are in Star Wars, especially the expanded stuff. Like there's plenty of planets that it's like, all right, like they're left alone for all of the conflicts.
They
don't ever show
There's some
those.
backwater planets.
They don't ever show
But
those.
we're having a discussion about being the kind of
Okay,
people
fair,
who wouldn't
fair.
get shown in the
Exactly.
movies.
Fair point. Yeah.
Life would
But
just be
if-
normal.
Here's the thing. In the same sense that people would be moving to these backwater planets to get away from the reach of the Empire, don't you think that if we had superheroes, that people would also start moving out of the cities where all the conflicts occur and all the collateral damage occurs?
Yes.
People would start moving to places like Mississippi to get the fuck out, because your Manhattan penthouse apartment gets fucking demolished every 3.5 months.
Yeah,
Because
but
of Gothic
collateral
invasion.
damage.
What are you going to do when the country Justice League shows up in Mississippi, though? You know, you got like Mole Man, like, you know.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Try
that
to
doesn't
try.
matter because like half the population gets snapped, and you're just like sitting in Mississippi, didn't even know this
alright.
like big thing was going on, and then people just starts disappearing around you. Like, what the fuck?
And we're only talking about
just-
superheroes. We're not even talking about supervillains, the ones that are just out to make your day just shit. So, yeah, that's...
Well, one thing
Still
is, like,
terrible.
most supervillains aren't really targeting the average Joe. They're targeting the superheroes. They're trying to,
Yeah,
you know,
but
like,
how do you get the superhero that's not gonna, like, nah, he ain't worth my time. Okay, maybe I'll go bomb a fucking hospital or some shit. You know?
Would they use...
Yeah.
I mean, think about...
like Batman, like Joker.
Yeah, think about
and
like
all that
Batman
stuff.
and Joker and holding all these
Exactly.
civilians hostage and all, you know, Bane too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just what they do. What they do to fuck with the hero,
Yep,
you know?
yep.
I do just the superhero thing. One of the things that is fun or just funny to me is thinking about the context dependent superheroes and what they would be like in other places. Like Spider-Man needs to be in a city with skyscrapers and tall buildings, right? Like,
Right.
Like
I'll be Spider-Man in Metairie, Louisiana.
yeah, I was gonna say like Mississippi Spider-Man is like bored as fuck, you know.
Can't go
It's
nowhere.
like, check out my backflips. It's like, oh, okay.
Just jumping from roof to roof.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Little parkour.
I mean, there are a lot of trees, so maybe he'd just be like
He's just
zipping
Ratman.
through trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
all right. So in the Spider-Man, I guess Spider-Man 2 PS5 game, they have Queens, right, as part of the map, and Queens is very much like
Pretty flat. Yeah.
neighborhoods, and you'd feel like absolutely neutered in your
Right.
ability to swing around. Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this. I know we got some people that are into this. What would it like be? What would it be like being in the Pokemon universe?
Oh fuck.
Well, so the thing is, Pokemon, the cognitive dissonance of the Pokemon fan is just ignoring that it's just dogfighting, you know? So, like, I mean, because it is animal abuse, right?
right.
And I say that as a humongous
they're
Pokemon
about
fan.
it.
I love those games. But, like, the way that the shows and stuff and the non-video game media handle that is like, oh, but it's based on trust and you get to know your Pokemon and they want to fight for you, which is like super flimsy. But like if you were actually like an adult with a brain more functional than that of like a 9-year-old living in that universe, like surely it would be outlawed, you know, having all these Pokemon battles. Or
So here's the
you're just a
thing.
much more ruthless, barbaric society than is presented in those games.
My understanding is basically all human conflicts are resolved via Pokemon battle.
I mean, that would probably be.
Because it's a different form of warfare. It's a different kind of weaponry, and it's a different kind of animal husbandry that is developed as a necessity in the reality of that universe.
Well,
It's passed through proxy.
It becomes that actually.
Our morals don't apply.
The
is all
first
I'm
game is like there's a lot of like evidence in the first game that it is occurring post like a world war or a major actual military conflict. There's a lot of like subtext you can pick up because there's a lot of like, I mean, for one, there's Lieutenant Surge, who is like a straight up army man.
that's
but
true.
also there's a lot of like single mothers because the father, you know, presumably died in the war and stuff. So
Torched by a Charizard.
there's the implication. No, I'm saying he got shot.
Human conflict.
Like there's the belief for a lot of people that the first Pokemon game was existing in a world that did have external human militarized conflict, but then, you know, as the series grew in popularity, they're like, let's just make everything Pokemon, you know?
Yeah.
I've got a question. Are all the animals Pokemon?
Yes. So that's the thing is...
So is there like industrial animal farms? Like where we're just killing Pokemon
there would be, right? That's what I'm saying. If we take our human adult sensibilities and how the world really functions, yes, all the horrible things that happen to
farms.
animals and things in our world, it's happening to the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love me a good Squirtle steak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Give me some
Well, I
soup.
mean, that's the thing is everybody has to eat, and like they are eating these Pokemon. Like you don't want to think about it, but they are.
Salad.
Yeah.
And these Pokemon are very
We got
intelligent.
Eevee
They're like
farms,
sapient
man.
animals.
The
Like
cutest
almost
little
all
thing.
of them.
Little Charmander on a stick. You know what I'm saying? Like good shit. You know?
Spicy.
I mean,
Yakitori.
Tauros and Miltank would definitely be. I mean, that's just a
'cause they're
bull and
like
a
cows.
cow. You know.
Yeah.
And there's tons of pigs. Like, there's lots of pig Pokemon.
Well, there has to be because you got to feed the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about Starfinder universe? You know,
Would I want to live in the Starfinder
Well,
universe?
so they have a
Yeah.
cataclysmic thing. I mean, every
Every 6
adventure
months.
path is like, there's 2 or 3 of them a year that is like a world ending or a region threatening conflict. So
Right.
like it'd be cool to have access to magic powers and stuff. But from what I understand, even though you wouldn't guess it from the average party makeup having at least one caster, if not half the party being casters, the assumption is supposed to be in the fiction that magic is actually fairly rare. Like people being able to wield magic is fairly rare. But it would get old being in that world if there's a big, terrible, zombie infestation or the this lich comes back or whatever every few months. It's like, God, this is so tiresome. And,
at least
and if
every
you're an
few
average
months.
Joe who's not, because that's the thing is not everybody is an adventurer, so like not everybody has a class. Most NPCs are just regular people who aren't super capable.
Just farmers.
There's also every couple months a party of destined heroes to take care of these issues for us. And they're designed to win. So like it's good.
I feel like my life would just be the same, except
like,
super
case
tech on
in point.
Castrobel or something.
Case in point, you have this family who was shunted into the astral plane, and all hope was lost. They're being pulled into the boneyard by the River of Souls, and here comes 4 heroes. Desna's chosen to save them.
And this is a pain in my ass. I'll tell you what.
Well, it's a pain in their ass too, getting shunted into the astral plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a pain in my ass to go get you.
Well, but you did.
I mean,
right.
would that be the thing though? Is like every time,
Yes, indeed.
like freaky, weird, terrible stuff is happening all the time. But do people in that universe just get so used to it that it's like, I'm sure some fated band of adventurers will be here in no time,
Yeah. I mean, they did pray for help, and lo and behold,
There we
you
go.
guys showed up. So
That's the thing. There are enough deities and enough would-be champions of those deities that you would hope that you could port around.
Yeah.
So, to that point, you guys went down the River of Souls to find the missing matriarch of the Wise family and their android adopted son. You got there, the son jumped out of the lifeboat to draw the Leviathan away from his mom's lifeboat and disappeared in the river. Then you guys had to fight with the Leviathan, ended up inside the Leviathan when it swallowed you whole. That was pretty dope. And I'll just go ahead and tell you guys now, you're only supposed to be able to do that once per combat, but I wanted to make sure that it happened. So, like, you guys got swallowed whole because it was too
sure.
cool not to do. You know what I mean?
Look,
Like, it's too cool not to do.
As someone who has run swallow whole enemies, like, you just want to get one off in the combat.
Exactly.
Well,
you know?
especially since it was like a starship situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't know. So, but you guys blasted your way out of its throat, and then it ran away because it was pretty injured and it didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Much to Heath's chagrin, he's worried about this well-known creature, or this creature that's well-known for holding a grudge, being left alive after you put a hole in its throat. But, hey, here we are.
I mean, it's fine. Like, I'm glad we got through it. I just am saying, if there's a chance for Adam to bring this back at an inopportune time, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Also, that's fair.
I have a question. Is the monster's it's just called a Leviathan?
An astral Leviathan, yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if it was like a variation on that, or if it was spelled weird, because you were just putting a lot of emphasis on the Thon, you know, Leviathan.
Leviathan.
It's pretty Thon.
And I was like, is it spelled a little different?
Just his accent, man. It's just it's just that New Orleans accent.
Yeah,
He's just really
just get off my dick, bro. Okay. I say words funny sometimes.
No, I noticed it. I noticed it as well, though. I noticed the time, and I was like, "Is there something?"
I have to say a lot of words, you know, like
You do.
I mean, I'll give you. It sounds more epic that way. I was just I'm not trying to be mean to you. I was legitimately curious. Like, did they spell it with like an AWN to make this like a unique version?
Leviathan.
You know.
Yeah. So it went away, and you guys hovered over the lifeboat and scooped up Marguerite, the human mother of the wisest, and she kind of fell into your ship in a panic, saying, "We have to get Benru's body. We got to get Benu's body. We have to." You know, and that's where
realistic.
No.
Well, it might
that
be
feasible.
So you can do a scan of the area, right? You got her safe. You can kind of pull up. You did do a scan, right?
Scan again. Second scan. What about the second scan? 11sies, man.
Just look again. Just look again.
Well, just scanning sweep.
In the meantime, she's just like throwing stuff out at you, pleading with you to try to find it. So she throws out a Mark II nanite patch. She throws out 2 Mark II serums of healing and a scientist serum of enhancement. All right, we'll look. Yeah, all right.
We can be bribed.
If you got a long arm there for our precog, I guess we can.
Scientific serum of enhancement.
Yes. So we'll deal with that later. None of those things are as cool as they sound. But
Yeah.
you know, the medicinals. Remember that? Remember that time when you got a bunch of medicinals and then you found out what they did and you're like, fuck medicinals.
Oh, these are medicinals? Okay, never mind.
So you could do a scan, right? Like let's do a scan, right? Let's do the scan. You can either do, your science officer can do a computer's check to do the scan. The rest of you can just do a straight up perception, as you can try to like use your eyeballs to scope across this river of souls to see if you can see anything.
Take a gander out the window while I do a scanning sweep.
Straight perception. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, actually,
It's got 19 on the die. Or not 19 on the die. I'm sorry, 19.
Got a 31 computers check.
That's pretty good.
Beep, beep, boop, boop. There's a chance he's alive.
18 perception.
All right, what about Raya? She's gonna do a little perception check.
I don't. Perception.
I mean,
Perceive
Perception.
something, my dude.
there's no
I'm
penalty
okay.
for fail.
I'm okay
you
at
know.
perception.
Come on, Raya, get those dragon
17?
eyes working.
17.
What do you see with your dragon eyes, right?
Okay, nothing. The only person who can see with their eyes is Subana.
Okay.
Okay, so Subana, you actually see the android clinging to a large bone floating in the river. All right. However, with that 31 on the computer's check, Gil, there's something unusual about his signal that you can't really identify. And as you guys are looking, you see him clinging to this bone, and far in the distance, like way past him, you see three very long-limbed purple humanoid figures approaching, but they're approaching very slow. They're gliding. They don't seem to be coming at a fast rate. And this is what you see,
And they're approaching what?
So if you're looking, you see Benu on a bone, and then much past that, much farther past that, you see these figures coming towards you. So Benu is between you and the figures.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. Okay.
So what do you do?
Oh, okay.
Marguerite, look! He's clinging to the Banu is on the bone.
Take us there. We have to rescue him, please.
Can we get closer, Walter?
There are some unknown figures approaching the body as well.
What are those?
Yes, we're in the astral plane, of course. There's all sorts of manners of spirits and psychopomps. That's why we must go get him now. Please.
Let's see.
All right, one crisis at a time. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, so I guess we get closer. I mean, like, how do we approach this? What's the best way?
Yeah, so you can just fly your ship up to the bone structure, and just like you did for Marguerite, you can kind of hover down, right? And you can open up your loading bay, and a ramp kind of goes down, and you can go right down to where Benu is, right? Like, can you see him? So let's see here. He looks exhausted, completely exhausted. You can pull him onto the ship if you want. You can just go down to him. What do you want to do?
I'd say get him on the ship and just get out of here.
Let's get the grappling hook that we have installed in the back of the Primarana, and we just fire it at him and reel him in like he's a big fish.
He's dead.
About that.
Oh, you'll be fine. Quit complaining.
Let's do a perception check on Benu, please.
Oh yeah, there's something funky about his signal, right?
21.
I'm good at
13.
perception. All right, 23.
Okay. Gil and Sayin, you notice that there's something, I don't know, off about his aura, and there's like a silvery gray aura outlining Benu's body.
And he appears to be dead?
Well, it seems to be similar to that ectoplasm, right?
Oh.
At this point now, the approaching figures are getting close, and you see a couple more coming up from behind you now, and they're all just kind of floating towards you guys. Not in any particular rush, just kind of coming towards this bone structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't we get Benu on the ship before these guys knock to say hello?
Yeah. How does that sequence go?
I'm working that grappling hook. I don't know what the problem is. Like, I mean, what do I need to roll on that?
I want to show you what these things look like that are approaching.
Gotcha.
Bet they got long.
So we can describe it for our listeners.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I've seen these in one of the.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
You guys can roll a mysticism check to try to identify what these things are. Like,
Yes, I guess that
Janky Warframe.
in the meantime, will somebody describe what they look like?
Oh, this like gangly metal thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's weird. It looks like metal. I mean it's humanoid-ish. It's got long arms and long legs that are obviously of based on human anatomy to some degree, but it looks like copper wires or something that are shaped into like muscle fibers.
Yeah,
you know?
It's musculature that's just kind of imitating metal. Yeah.
So I will tell you that while it does definitely look like metal in this picture, it's actually strands of ectoplasm. Okay. So it is a translucent kind of shiny material. That's like stretched out into these
That does
limbs.
not scream ectoplasm to me. That screams a weird
Metal
AI robot or something.
Right.
But it also, I think, probably the most notable feature other than that just caught my eye is the giant pink orb that it has for a head. That's surrounded by I guess metallic-looking ectoplasmic
Collar.
sort of discs. Yeah, they're like not even. They're at like weird angles, and it makes sort of a weird collar around this bright pink.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a giant glass orb.
Yeah, like an
with
incandescent
pink light.
bulb or something. Whenever it's turned on and looks. That high collar makes me think it's some kind of like casting.
Well, here's the deal.
And it
because
floats,
Sayun and Gilderon both rolled very well. Sayun with a natural 20 and Gilderon with a 28 total. There is a reason why this does look somewhat mechanical or metal, right? These are called Erebriths. They're a particular type of psychopomp. And their whole cosmic purpose is to escort the souls of dead androids to renewal. So you know that these things are coming, like it all clicks at this point. What you're looking at is actually the spirit of Bennu, not actually Bennu.
Oh, holy shit.
He doesn't know he's dead. But because you guys can establish like what these things are, you're like, oh, okay, these things are coming to collect his soul, his spirit to
This is the
reintegrate
Android
him.
Reaper.
Yes, and to take them for renewal into a new body, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Wild.
That is so
Very- I
freaking
mean-
wild.
Do we have an extra android body handy? Maybe we can shove him in.
What?
I don't think so.
At this point, Bennu kind of looks up and says, "What are you talking about?"
I do not think that we should interfere.
With what?
Well, Brennu, my boy, it's gonna be a tough pill to swallow, but
And you see Marjorie just like, no. What are you talking about? Like she's picking it up, right? And she's like, no. Look, he's right there. He's and
I'm afraid
Bennu,
not.
Bennu is like, I am right here. I assure you, I am quite fine.
you are right here, but it is only your soul. You and your mother only have precious moments before your soul is renewed. This is going to be a tough time for both of you, but this is the moment that you need to say goodbye.
No, you can't do this. And meanwhile, one of the psychopomps like just slowly extends its arm out and reaches towards Bennu, and just a long finger unfurls and starts beckoning Bennu to come with, and there's just like a whole parade of these psychopomps, and they're not aggressive, they're not rushing,
right.
they're all just kind of floating serenely around. And
Like it's happening.
Yeah.
They'll wait for a
mean,
minute, but
Yeah.
it's time to go.
They seem to be waiting,
You've got Bennu still kind of in denial, and you got like Marjorie like pleading that this isn't the case. That's the situation that you guys find yourselves in right now.
Right.
Like I said before, we should not interfere.
Right.
Again, interfere with what? Please take me back to my family. Thank you for rescuing me and saving me
No,
from...
you do not understand. You jumped out.
Yes.
You jumped out.
Yes, I know.
You are
and
dead.
I swam to this rock.
Yes.
Look at me. And he like shows you his body. There's no like marks. There's no injuries on his body. He's like, I'm perfectly fine.
Alas, you are not.
Marjorie was just crying at this point. Like, no.
I know this is hard, but the good thing is your soul is fine. But your body, you sacrificed it. You made a choice.
All right, let's get a diplomacy check.
Cool.
I think, I also I was leading to that as well, all right? So, can I aid that diplomacy check?
You can, as well as Gil can aid it as well.
Okay.
Both of
Is
y'all-
yours pretty high, Raya?
No.
Like, what do you think?
Not at all.
Nah,
I've got a
Do
plus
you want to
5.
aid
I'm
my...
the only one that's got
okay.
diplomacy.
All right, I got a +4 to diplomacy.
All right, so you roll, and then the other two will try to aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I laughed. I'm a just even, just +0.
All right, that's a 22. I do.
So that is a successful aid, all right?
Okay.
I got a 15, so I ate
That
as
is-
well.
All right.
All right, please. Ugh.
Oh, that was on a
Miserable.
15, bro. That was so lame.
That's bullshit.
The digital dice
yeah.
like slowly screwed you.
Yeah. 13, 14, 15 total.
Okay. What you don't convince Bennu,
I don't have to convince you, bro. It's going
but you
down.
do see Marjorie kind of change, and she gets very stoic. You know, she wipes the tears from her face. And she says, "Bennu, look around you. You know what these things are." And I'll take one more diplomacy check. This is going to be reduced DC because you have the aid of Marguerite.
Okay.
None of us are aiding though.
Yeah, you can
okay.
reroll. Yeah.
Yeah, Subhana, say something.
Right, yeah, no. Subhana, I think, is coming to the
You've been oddly
realization.
quiet.
Well, yeah, because the way I tie it into that is that she failed the first check, so she was not picking up what the heck was going on here. Like, she was seeing this fucking android, and it's like, yeah, he's alive, he's fine, let's get him back on the ship, and then just kind of realizing it, I think, with Marguerite. And so I think
that maybe too you got into your feelings too because you have family.
right,
Yeah,
and of course Subhana has definitely dealt with death and everything like that, So I mean, I think
and so you're probably relating to Marguerite's like hope that this isn't the case, right? All right, so let's get another diplomacy there.
I do aid.
All right, that's an aid. What about Gil?
That's a 16.
All right, that's another aid. John?
Yeah, I'm rolling it right now.
Is John aiding?
Yes, John is aiding.
gosh.
Hey, not precog roll. We're gonna.
that's already 13, it's an 8.
You're
That's
just
an eight.
rolling to aid. All you need is to
okay,
be the
sorry.
10.
Yeah, but like, why am I with a natural 1, dude?
Look, I'm going to give you, just as a benevolent GM and a storyteller,
I can't
another
let
roll.
this happen.
Yeah, like, it can't be a natural 1. Like, all right, like,
Desna
Take a hero
swoops in
point, you
and
know
is
what I
like,
mean?
"Oh, not my chosen."
Yeah, I mean, this is luck right here. It's like, didn't happen.
all right, you got this, dude.
Dude, it's every time. It's like on 16 or 17 or 15 and then rolls and it's 3.
All right, well, but you have, 3 aids, which takes it to a 15. And that's actually a success because it was reduced by 5 with Marguerite's assistance. The DC was 20. So somehow, as a group, and I'm not bullshitting, that them's the facts,
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Hey, aspiring game masters out there, don't be afraid to allow rerolls if you want your story to progress. Or what I should have done is just not even asked for a roll.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, I will say,
that's confused me a little bit.
as an aspiring GM, that is a lesson that I learned from you. I've done stuff like that. E-Robs can attest. I've I've done like in a combat, and it's towards the end, and I want them to get their cool kill moment or whatever, and they rolled like 4d8 all ones, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not accepting that.
Yeah.
Like, just re-roll that.
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys make your case now, because I did make you re-roll, Zach. As long as you can, because I saw that you had quite the serious coughing fit there, I would like you to make another case as saying to Bennu, knowing that you succeed, but that's the price you got to pay for this re-roll. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Go kiss him on the mouth.
To Bennu, right?
To Bennu.
To convince him that he's dead, right?
If I may, Zach, just to help possibly frame this,
Sure,
a little throw in a little assistance with that. But so Seiyun, coming from, he knows the value of sacrifice. Okay, he is actually even seen with his own mentor, and also to rush to save Raya. You know, this is something that I feel Seiyun is better to speak of than anyone else. In fact, I think that this is the somebody who has come so close to the void. And while this is not necessarily the void, it's about as close to an adjacent there is, you know? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, spaghetti on the wall, you know?
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, like, can you touch this guy, or does, like, when Seiyun tries, if he tries to
certainly try, yeah.
If he tries, is he incorporeal in some way?
He, in some way, right? He's not fully incorporeal, but like he's also not fully there either, right?
Okay.
So like much like all the spirit, you know, like there's mass to this river.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
But it's all spiritual ectoplasm, astral goo, you know.
Yeah.
So he's not like he's not hard to the touch like an android should be. You know?
I got you. Okay, so I mean, Seiyun would reach out his mechanical hand and attempt to put his hand on this guy's shoulder, but when it does, it kind of doesn't quite catch, and it sifts through, and like I think that Seiyun feels that, you know, with his like phantom void hand, he can feel some of that, and I'm sure that Bennu also feels that.
His eyes go wide as you touch him, right?
Yeah. And he says, Bennu, I understand why you chose the path that you did. It was noble and heroic and done out of love for your family. But unfortunately, choices come with consequences. We will do our best to see your family safely out. But you are going to have to go and begin a new journey. I'm sorry.
He contemplates for a moment, and then he says, I see. Pretty matter-of-factly. Then he looks to his mother, and he offers, like, the faintest of smiles, just kind of a little grin on his face. He says, I suppose it is time for me to say goodbye. Perhaps I will know you again after my renewal. I would like that. And Marguerite, she kind of chokes back a sob and nods. She says, so would I, son. So would I. And he turns back to the four of you and says, I would like to express my gratitude for you coming here to give me the opportunity to say my goodbyes. Turns it back to his mother and says, give my love to the others. Tell them to keep exploring and to not lose hope. And at last he turns to the assembled beings who float in this formation, watching passively behind their pink mirror-like faces. 2 of them reach out their arms, and he peacefully takes their hands. They all float into the silvery air. Banu's body turns translucent, and without a backward glance, they all fly downriver toward the boneyard and Pharasma's final judgment.
Man,
that's fucking rough, and I can't help but think of how Subana feels about that. You know, it's just like,
I mean, you got
a grief of a mother. You know, ugh.
You need to say something to
Marjorie.
Yeah.
So Subana's going to go ahead and approach Marjorie, and she's been quiet this whole time, and it's just this whole like trying to. She doesn't know what to say to a grieving mother. I mean, like, how do you? I mean, like, this is the separation of a mother and her child, and so for something like that, she can only think back to her own family, her own relationship. I mean, she can't even imagine how it feels to have if someone were to take away Taza or Tano, her children. And so for something like this, especially the way it went down, and just how powerful sacrifice can be. All she can really do is just like in between, like just trying to have a not a tough exterior, but an understanding posture as she addresses Marjorie, and Marjorie, and she's having such trouble, you know, just trying to even say a sentence, and she just says, Marjorie, there really is no time that's ever good to let go of a child. I can't imagine what you're going through. But he really did. He saved all of you. He made a decision. And he's brave for it. You remember that. You know? Kind of treasure his memory on that, you know?
Yeah, she just looks at you, kind of tears in her eyes, but not sobbing. And she says, "Thank you for saving us, me, and giving me an opportunity to say goodbye." And she just stops and turns around and goes and sits down on like one of the jump seats and just, kind of is to herself,
and her
quiet.
gut is just emptied from that, just because she just knows just how fucking hollow she has to feel right now, and she's just like, what do I do?
Raya kind of gently comes over to her and puts a hand on her shoulder, and just says, "I understand this is a difficult time, but I just hope you can take some solace from the context." What I mean by that is, we were just in the River of Souls, right? We just saw Banu's soul. There's nowhere in the universe that you'll have more proof of the notion that death is not an end, and that it's just another beginning, and that the soul just goes on to do something else. So he's not gone. That's what I mean to say.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, she's just like kind of in shell shock right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing really that we can say.
Right. I mean, and she stays quiet the whole return trip back to the Curiosity, right? Just stoically mourning her son in silence. A journey doesn't take nearly as long as it did to come out here, because you're not searching for anything. You're just going right back to the Curiosity. And, you get back and you redock to the ship, and Lenny meets you on the other side of the airlock, and he's like, "Hey, bosses, so we got this bucket back to operating order. I think that it can fly now. It's got enough thrust power to get out of the River of Souls. My suggestion is that whenever you're ready, I think you need to go talk to him first, but whenever you're ready, we can use that crystal that Desna gave us to go back to Sinashur, and they can follow us in our wake as long as they stay close to our rear, you know? And we could at least get them to Sinashur, because Desna knows that they could use a bit of respite, you know? And I don't know about you, but I felt great the whole time I was in Sinashur, so that's just my suggestion. I've done my work. I got to get back on to our ship. Looks like you guys took a couple hits here and there. I'll fix those up. You can tell me all about it later. I just wanted to let you know that this thing's ready to go. They know it's ready to go, but I think they want to talk to you. And what did you find? Did you find Marguerite and Bennu, by the way? I forgot. I got to put the cart before the horse there. Did you find them?
Yeah. Yeah,
we did. Yeah,
we did.
You guys sound really sad about it.
It's the ultimate sacrifice, really.
I don't understand. What do you mean, ultimate sacrifice? I don't understand.
We lost Bennu.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's more of a you guys thing than it is a Lenny thing. So I'm just gonna get out your way. You know who would have been really good at this is Angela, but she's gone. So
I'm gonna try to use that strategy just for the rest of my life now. As somebody starts crying or breaking down, it's like, all right, well, this isn't a Heath thing, and just walk away.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go back onto the ship, right? The Curiosity, right? I assume so.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and you follow Marguerite. She walks right back up to the bridge, you know, and you guys follow her up to the bridge, and that first, when Marguerite walks in, the rest of the family runs up to her and gives her a hug, but it doesn't take long for them to realize that Bennu is not with y'all.
Right.
You know. And Marguerite, to her credit, with composure, tells them the story of what happened. And she's just like, he died saving me, and, well, these folks, they saved me and gave me an opportunity to say goodbye, and him to say goodbye, and repeats the words that he had told her to tell the rest of the crew. And everyone just kind of breaks down in grief, but in different ways. You know, Lonnie goes into quiet tears. Risky is just anguished crying. The Vasquez just tries to hold it together, but you see tears kind of rolling down the side of his scales. And Alvar embraces his wife, though his own expression is haunted. You know.
All right. Well, this isn't a Raya thing.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah. So then Lonnie turns to you guys and says, "All right. So what now? Where do we go from here?"
Off to Sinashur.
Yeah, we go to Sinashur.
We're going to Desna's realm.
Wait. What?
Yes, I know you've been through a lot. Your whole family has been through so much. But we are headed to Sinashur. That is where we came from. If you follow within the Primarana's wake, we will get there together, and hopefully you can find some measure of comfort and solace in Sinashur. Any place can make you feel uplifted. It is Sinashur and Desna's protection.
you're seriously telling us that you are going to take us to the Song of Spheres domain?
Yes, that's exactly right. I mean, we are in the astral plane right now, so...
Well, right, I guess stranger things have happened. Do you think... Wait, that's in Elysium, right?
Indeed it is.
Do you think, and Marguerite's eyes get wide, do you think that we'll see Bennu there?
I mean, out of character, like he's... I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
you guys
I don't want to give false hope here.
I don't think so.
Sure,
No,
that you
I
can
don't
dream
think
of them and
so.
manifest it.
You
Yeah,
guys
it's like, I don't think
know,
that's how
right?
that works.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the boneyards this way and
Don't
Sinishers that way.
catch me lying to you.
You know?
I mean, you can tell that she's just like looking for anything, anything to grapple onto. I mean, because Elysium is like the heaven, right? But Sinishur is like a pocket dimension in Elysium,
You're
that's
right.
specifically the
It's
dream.
not
Yeah.
Elysium. It's like the suburbs of Elysium, really.
And also, you're knowing that the spirit is going for renewal, which means it's most likely being taken back to the material plane.
Right.
But she's just like, she's
So
not
they don't
thinking.
have an afterlife.
No, they go through crash. So a crash. So the just real quick, androids.
No. Give me the lore, dude. You played one for many years.
So yeah, they're manufactured at crashes, starting off with like Abalon, but they spread out. And anyway, these crash. Something about either the creation of the android itself, or these crashes where they're located, where these foundries, where androids are created. Something draws a soul to that location, and so that's how that happens. As far as like any former memories and whatnot, I don't think they have anything like that. So it's whatever kind of analog you're thinking of, I don't think it's.
It's a closed system.
Yeah. I think
So
it's a closed
she asked this kind of like looking directly at you, Sabana. Like, do you think we'll see him there?
And Sibana's absolutely pained, but she tries to keep her own composure on that. And
Just says, nah.
I don't want to be corny and just do where dreams may come, but like, dude, at the same time, it's just like, look, if it can be anywhere, I'm not gonna sell you a false bill of goods. I don't know, Marguerite. I can only tell you that I hope so.
Well, he did say not to lose hope. So, all right. Well, all right, crew, let's get this ship fired up, and we will follow these chosen of Desna to her domain, I guess. I thought we were going home, but what a journey it's been. And so they start...
For what it's worth, we thought we were going to go home a while back as well.
Yeah. Our sentiments echo on that.
So they start getting everything together, right? And you guys are about to head back to your, like, leave the bridge. But then suddenly, Alvar staggers forward. He's clutching his chest.
That's the patriarch.
Yeah. He's the one that's been acting kind of weird the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? He staggers forward, he's clutching his chest and choking, much like you have been, Zach, this whole time. Like, listeners, you haven't heard it because Zach's been really good about his mic discipline, but our poor guy has been dying. Like, his face was as red as Heath's shirt right now, so...
We didn't have to tell him. Nah,
Well,
I'm just trying to suffer in silence here, okay,
I got
dude?
you, buddy. Dude, I just want people to know the sacrifice that you're making for this podcast,
It's 2025 broadcast, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, Alvar, he's staggering and he's clutching his chest, choking, his eyes clipped shut. He's like,
What's just wrong?
no. He gasps through obviously intense pain. No. You didn't save Bennu. You broke the deal. It's off. The deal is off. And then his body buckles, ruptures, and explodes, sending blood and gore everywhere.
What the fuck?
A fiendish creature with an elephantine head emerges from the corpse, brushing bit of bone off his black and blood-soaked uniform. From brimstone clouds, a pair of hulking, cybernetically augmented hellhounds appear, and you recognize this as the lieutenant of Melkanta. And he says, "Yes, you are right," Ivankor says with a smile. "This deal has been terminated, and we'll see you."
Of course we'll see ya. Dude,
Yeah.
what the...
I think Gil would just literally be freaking out, you know? Like,
We were not privy to
explodes.
the circumstances of the deal.
We weren't.
Thanks for listening to the STF Network. If you want to hear more from us, check out our other Starfinder and Pathfinder shows at the STFnetwork.com. That's the STFnetwork.com. And support us on Patreon to listen to our bonus podcast, including our homebrew adventures and Tom Talks, our behind-the-scenes show. Stay groovy, possums.